Well, I figured we might as well cover this too. So, the axle. Let's start with that. I had to clean this one up quite a bit, and that's kind of what got me to thinking that I should share this. So, if you guys see this kind of wear, it's like a black mark from riding in your, these chain spacers ride in here. This is actually the wrong side. This is the left side one. But if you start to get marring like this, see how this one, it's kind of not on there? I already took it off. But that means that your axle's loose, right? Because it's allowing things to move around and get grit in there. So you can see it's got a little bit here too. I cleaned off this. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of dirt in the axle and stuff. So best way to clean that up, brass brush. They're cheap, Harbor Freight, whatever. So a couple other things. The lock nut, the reason this one got loose is the lock nut should be replaced. It's a one-time use nut, so you don't keep using these over and over. So, looks like whoever had the bike before me kind of used it quite a few. Actually, that's not a really good excuse. I've owned this bike long enough where I should have changed it out. So, that's not good. Change those out every time. You might get away with using a little Loctite or some kind of thread sealer once or twice, but got to change those out, right? Same thing goes for the pivot bolt. Pivot bolt, you also got to change the nut out on the other side. These axle spacers shot, right? You can see dirt gets in there. The bearings are sealed anyway in there, right? These are sealed bearings, so they're actually really good. Probably next season we'll replace those bearings. There's two on the drive side and a single on the brake side. But you can see both of these, horrible shape. So this allows dirt to get in behind and into this area, and then it eventually will make its way past that dust seal in there and get into that bearing. So this bike that this rim came out of, this center hub is off, that bike right there. I'm swapping them out because, as you guys know, I'm putting new rims on that bike. So this set is off that bike, and you can't even feel this. It's discolored. It's lost the coating, but this set can be used. Yeah, they're still good. That one is, at least. Let me see this one. Yeah, this one's even fainter. I might change that one out. Yeah, that one's got a groove. I'm going to change that out. So I always have a set of these. There's 4 of them right there. And you don't have to go factory. I like going factory. A lot of guys aftermarket instead. They're actually not that cheap. I think it's like 25 bucks a piece. So that's the part number if you want to do it. Factory stuff. They last a long time if you keep your bike clean. Like I said, the boys rode this bike right here until it literally wouldn't ride anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to grease this axle, the same Alco, lightly lube it. This goes in, left to right, like that. We're going to clean this up with a wire brush, get rid of all this. We're going to use one of these new and one of these, the better one of these used. And the other thing, I always take the seal out. Here's one of the seals removed, right? And if you notice, so when I turn it over, you can see it's very pliable. It's super soft, right? This seal's, it's out of this bike, and it's only like 1 season old, right? Not even 1 season on those things. So they're super soft and pliable, and they'll be able to go back in these and hold a seal really good. So the other side, to get these out, super simple. Just get the biggest screwdriver you possibly can, or even like an upholstery plastic tool, and then you get under the seal and you just give it a little tweaking in a few spots, and it'll just come right out. See, it's walking up right there. And if you tear it, let me see, is that one bad? No, it's just dirt in there. Come on, hop out of there. If you tear it, you obviously got to get a new one, but I'm usually pretty good at getting these things out. There we go. There. So you see how it gets kind of dirty and back in behind there? And that stuff can make its way into the bearing. So we're going to clean up this area right here. We're going to take this seal, clean this up, clean up the lip area. Let me see if it's got any tears. No, it's just dirt in it. So if it's got any tears or missing spots or it's super hard, then you got to get rid of it. But yeah, this one's fine. So those are my tips on putting your rear axle together. Like I said, bearings are sealed. So I can give you a bearing number just in case you guys want to pre-order some bearings. They are... let me see in there. They're Koyo. I can't really make it out, but you guys are really good at doing screenshots and stuff. I'm sure you guys can get it. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll get these two bikes back together eventually.